Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. Today I'm going to be playing again with some of the free printables from Tatty Treasure, and I've chosen out this one. It's a set of 2 pockets from that match the kit, sorry, get my language correct, that match the kit Grey Days on Etsy. And I thought this might work really well with the Sweet Moments digital kit that I'm working with that I've created, just because the colours are light, that the colours aren't the same, but they might work, and the birds will definitely work. So I thought, well, I'll make it up, and if it doesn't fit with what I've got going on in my kit, there's no harm in it. It'll just go into my finished ephemera box for use somewhere else. But I'm hoping it will work. So first off, I'm going to cut this out. I didn't do it off camera because I just wanted to remind myself of where it came from and where you could get the freebie. And I think this is one from her Facebook group, Tatty Treasure and Friends. And I also wanted the name of the kit that it matches with so I could let you know. So I hope everyone's having a fabulous day. I have had quite a lovely day. It's warm. It's a lovely warm day. And I went out and had a little swing in the playground. I haven't done that for years, and today was just a day where I felt I needed to take a little bit of time out because I've been super busy. So I took myself out to the playground. I had to take some recycling down to the recycling centre to put in the bins. You know, our plastic containers and empty bottles and cardboard and all that sort of jazz. So I took that down, and then I went to the playground, and it was just lovely. It's not sunny today, it's very overcast, so it was quite grey, but it was warm, and the wind was blowing, and it was a warm wind, and so I was watching all the autumn leaves blow around, and my hair was blowing in the wind. It just felt like it blew out a few cobwebs. I really do. It was lovely. I should take time to do that more often because fresh air is good for you. I've been told it's good for you. So it was just nice to be outside and experiencing some memories of playgrounds, experiencing the leaves blowing and the sounds of the rustling, and it was fun. I even went on the roundabout, which was a bit daring of me because when I was 20, I broke my tailbone getting off of a roundabout. And in fact, there's not many of them around now. They tend to take them out because they think they're not safe. They kind of have a point because, you know, I did break my tailbone. It was very painful for quite a few weeks, and I still have issues with it now. If I sit back in my chair too long, it tells me about it. But, you know, it's a memory. I can't say it's necessarily a good one, but it's a memory. So yeah, I was just having fun out in the fresh air with the warmth, the wind, and my memories. So that's how my day's gone. It's not all I've done today, but that sort of is a wonderful part of my day. Right, so we have cut both of them out now, and I'm just folding in their little gussets ready to pop on. And the other thing I'm going to play with is a used envelope, because I thought I just feel like playing with an envelope. What can we do with these 2 pockets and an envelope? Well, I'm not sure, but stick around and we'll find out together, eh? Does it sound like a plan? Oh, that's so cute. That's adorable. I love that. Super cute. Okay, right, so I need to cut open my envelope. So it's already open at the top. I think I want to open it at the top and bottom as well, so let's do that. Just being very careful with my craft knife. Oops, going a bit off kilter, but never mind. oops, in the envelope helps. That was a really silly move there, just creasing the envelope right towards the blade. Very silly. Fortunately, I stopped myself before I reached the blade. Okay, so window envelope, we definitely want to use the window because that's part of the fun of a window envelope, isn't it? So what do we want to do? It's a bit jiggity jaggedy along this edge. Maybe we'll tidy that up a smidge. I think everywhere needs tidying up a smidge, really. Nothing looks very straight at all. Maybe I should line it up to the window. Oh well, this is going to do. Doesn't have to be perfect. I keep telling myself that, and then I keep tinkering to try and make it better. Okay, so just going through a bit of tidy up of the envelope first. Right, do I want these bits here that have got an extra layer? I don't think so, because I think it's going to be too tall for the journal anyway. So let's take off that, or the 2 strips at the top and the bottom. And that's going to help us square up the envelope, which is all good. So what is everyone up to today? Have you got anything lovely that you've done? Like a trip to the park, or maybe you've done something even more fun, like a trip to the movies or shopping or something. Let me know how you've spent your day, what fun thing you've got up to. I would love to live vicariously. So share your experiences and I can go, ooh, I want to do that. Okay, take this one off. I could have done this off camera, but I thought it's just all part of the process, so I'm going to bring you along and show you. And it was already getting late in the afternoon, and I thought if I muck around and prepare, then I might not get the video done because I'll run out of time. Oops, I didn't cut through that properly. And I've got a wee Snuggles, one of our cats down beside me wanting cuddles, and I'm not giving her the right signals. She's like, but I want up, I want cuddles, mummy. It's like, no, darling. Right, what do I want to do with this flap? I could leave it square. Could curve it with the line of the flap. I think I want to just cut it down actually. Let's do that. And I think I'll just cut it down to the inside here. It will still have a bit of the flap on the outside, and that's okay. That's a good scrap for something. Just left a little chink there. Snip that off. So what I'm thinking is the pockets would look really cute tucked inside this wee envelope. Well, can you call it an envelope now that it's no longer folded into an envelope? I don't know. I'm thinking they could look really cute there. What do you think, guys? I think so. And I'm trying to think what I want to do with it overall. Do I want to hinge it around a page, in which case it might be better to pop these on the back like so, which would also be lovely. Totally doable. I could have it like that and have those on the front, and then this goes on the back. I think I need a journal page so I can kind of visualize where I want to go with things. So this is a shorter than normal page. So we could hinge it round a page, couldn't we? Like so. And if we had those inside, they could just be like hidden pockets. And then we could decorate this up. Or we could put them on this side. Oh, so many options. I need to decide. It doesn't really matter which way I go. I just need to decide. So we could pop them there. And then we could have this as a pocket there. Or we could have it flip out as writing space, because this inside decoration of the envelope is totally writable. A black pen on that is perfect, or you know, nice strong pen, whatever. And then we could decorate this up and have that as a flip out and something in there maybe. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I've made a decision. As I said, it doesn't really matter. I just need to decide. So I'm going to pop these on this side. I am. So first off, going to ink. Sorry that I'm a bit dithery. Oops, didn't snip that very well. Let's just take that bit off. I don't normally film this late in the afternoon, and I think my brain's gone to sleep. But that's all right, we'll get there. No, can't be fully switched on all day, every day, can you? Well, that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Adding a bit of ink to this, give it a nice outline. I perhaps should have used a different colour, but never mind. It's on there now. Right, so first up I am going to glue our little pocket to this larger pocket. I'm going to start with that. And I think I'm just going to use tacky glue. So, little line on the flaps there. Sorry, completely silent. Just think to yourselves, have a wee think, have a wee ponder. Maybe you're crafting along. That would be super cool if you're crafting along. I'd love to keep you company. Love to have your company. Okay, here we go. Sweet little birdies on their pocket. I think that looks cool. And so we need something smaller in there, and then a nice big tag, and that one would be wonderful. I'm just wondering whether I want to do anything in the background. I think I do. I do believe so. Have I got my kit at hand? And the answer to that, I think, is no. Oh, hang on. I have spare copies. Yay, yay, yay. Yes, I have spare copies. Brilliant. And they're not all the Sweet Moments kit, but now this is where I find whether it'll actually work. The grey will work with my kit. It's kind of not really, is it? Maybe this is going to be for another journal then. Yeah, no, it's not vibing for me. That's a shame. I thought the grey might have complemented it nicely, but what about one of my other pages? Go to the other extreme. I don't actually mind this one. I do have other options. I'm reaching for all sorts of printables. Of course, one of Tanya's printables may actually work, so I probably should go to those first. I'm just flicking through. Yeah, see, I think that's too yellow. Okay. Okay, let's go through all the options under the sun. Oh, I better put the lid on my ink pad. Right, what have we got in the Tatty Treasure pile? So looking for a sheet that I can tear up, basically. Ooh, those greens are quite nice. How would the greens be? I'll get mine out of the way because I don't think they're going to work. Oh, I quite like that. That's definitely a possibility. The best one I've found so far. Oops, I've already looked through those. Oh, that's nice too. Grab that one out. Not feeling the brown, although the birdies actually looks quite good. So yes, this won't be for the Sweet Moments journal, I don't think. Okay, I think I've got enough options there. Let's choose which one we like best. I'm getting into such a mess here. Right, do we like the green? Do we like the brown? Does pick up the birds really nicely. Or this green? Which one? I feel like this allows the birds to be the hero, even though this colour picks up this. It kind of draws them back, whereas this pushes them out. So, okay, so I've chosen the page. So this is a page from Tatty Treasure. I do need to trim it down, sorry. Hadn't really anticipated using any of these for this project, so I didn't prepare. But if I had, this video would have been even later, so let's just quickly trim off the white. So I can report that the guys working on the footpath in our street, they have finished. It's all done. And it's taken a while to get used to, just the visual look, because before the footpath was black tar seal, and now it's light grey concrete. So visually it's a lot lighter, and at night the whole street looks lighter under the street lights. So it's just like, makes you look twice, because it's, you know, I've lived here, how long? Oh, 30 years, give or take, somewhere around there. And so, you know, I'm used to a 30-year-old view, basically. Yeah, it would be about 30 years, actually. Right. Okay. I don't mind leaving a little border around this. A little white border from the envelope. I actually think it's quite nice. Something a little bit different. And I'll probably ink it anyway. Right. And even though I don't really need to put paper all the way under, I am going to because that also gives me a little border around this. So we've got layers. We've got white, then we've got this backing paper, then we've got this, and then we've got the small pocket, and it's all just building layers, and I really like the visual effect. So do we want to glue stick this maybe? Better change my page. Actually, I think I'm just going to put glue stick in the middle and then use my tacky glue around the outside. And that way I don't actually need a glue page because I'm not running the glue stick over the edge of the paper. So this will thicken it up quite a bit. If you're concerned about thickness, then perhaps you do want to only do where it shows. This is presentation paper as well, so it's a little heavier than photocopy paper. So it's definitely adding, you know, a bit of bulk, but I'm not concerned about that. It's going to be fine. I don't mind a bit of bulk in the journals I make. They never get too bulky. Well, I don't think they do. I think there's still plenty of room for people to add their own bits and pieces into. Right, there we go. Give it a smooth down. Just had a flip there to make sure I was putting everything together the right way. Not that it would matter, just you can make them any way you like. Okay, so put the side flaps on the outside, I think. No, on the inside. I can't remember what I did with front pocket, but it will be fine. It'll still work. Possibly shouldn't put these pockets on until I've dealt with the front, but I'm an eager beaver. I'm living dangerously. I'm just going to go ahead. I need to put some more glue in my little bottle. When it gets down to about half full, I like to top it up. That means I've always got plenty, but I think it's actually just slightly under half full now. So time to top it up. There we go. Oh, I love that. I think that's super pretty. And I don't know that I need to add anything. Maybe a wee label up here. But let's go ahead and deal with the rest of it. So this, I think, is just going to be left as writing space. We could cover it as well, but I think that could be overkill. So let's deal with this part. And I think I'm going to use some of this paper. And I will do a bit of a collage. Actually, I need to do it the other way around so I can see what I'm doing. So that looks to be about right. I do love a bit of collaging, and it seems to be a long time since I've done any collaging of ephemera. I don't know if that's the case or whether it's just that I've been so busy I can't remember. I've been busy doing a lot of computer work and stuff like that. So yeah, it feels like I haven't done any just making ephemera for a wee while. So it's good to get into it today and just have a play with some bits and pieces. Because it is something I really, really enjoy. straighten up. There we go. Right, maybe we'll use some of this other green one because this is definitely green. So let's trim this down. And this is presentation paper as well. Would have preferred it to be on photocopy paper. One, because it's cheaper, and two, because I'm collaging. Photocopy paper is better to collage with. But anyway, I did print it out on presentation paper, so I'm just going to run with it. Just for collaging, I think presentation paper is a little bit of a waste, especially when it's so expensive, but I'm not going to stop the video to go and reprint it on photocopy paper. That's just a waste of time. Oops, not cutting very straight here. I'm trying to rush. Right, what part? That key's quite cool, isn't it? Or the text at the top. It's an alphabet. Oh, I quite like how that sits there. Let's see if I can tear it in the right places. It's hard when you can't see where exactly you're tearing. Let's go there and hope for the best. Okay, and this one's a little bit easier because I can see the edge of the envelope. Okay, good enough. Rachel from Roxy Creations does this quite a bit too with the two different glues. And I like to do it just when I just don't want to get messy with glue pages and stuff. Because some days I go through so many glue pages. And then I get super sticky and I just sometimes can't be bothered with that. I just like clean. Okay, you could put another little strip of this down there. Why not? Going to keep the collage fairly simple, and just let the papers speak for themselves. I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. Getting a bit dry. Hopefully that was the right size. Could have done with being a touch wider, but we're just going to go with it. It's so minimal that I'm not going to worry about it. A bit of ink will take care of it. Right, so I'm just going to use tacky glue on this strip. Ooh, gurgles as my tea makes its way down my digestive tract. The sounds of life. Yes, I'm alive. Oh, no, I didn't want it even with that, did I? I want it even down the bottom, not at the top. Just so we've got a bit of overlap here. Right, and then we've just got a little strip down here. So what would we like? maybe a little bit of this. I'm just going to cut a strip out. I'm just making it up as I go along. That's good there. And get out my way, scissors. You're annoying me. Trying to find the edge of that envelope. Yes, good. It worked. So this in the colours and patterns and everything would look really nice in a nature journal, and the birds of course, or it could go in a vintage style journal. It could go in a winter journal too, because the there's like a snow effect around the birds and the tree. So it could go in a number of different places. Go in a bird journal. There we go. Quite a simple collage, but I really like that. I think that's working for me. Right, now decorate it up a bit. Just grabbing a cheeky little sip of my tea. And sorry, I'm reaching under again. Ooh, I wonder if that would work in the pocket. I just saw one of the tags, and this is called Rustic Grunge Folio something. I've cut it off, but Rustic Grunge, if you search that on Etsy, then you would probably find it okay. I don't know whether the brown works with the grey. Possibly not, but I want to cut it out anyway. Not what I was intending to do, but I can't tell with all the white around it whether it's going to work or not. So let's just cut it out. Cut it out. Stop it. Does anyone else use the expression cut it out, meaning stop it? Not as in cut it out. It's funny, the English language, isn't it? How we use terms and how it varies from country to country. So I don't know whether that's a worldwide thing or whether it's a New Zealand thing. I have no idea. It's probably a bit small. Yeah, it's a bit small for that back one. I don't know. I kind of like it. So we'll pop it in the aside for now, because it's not actually what I was going to do. There's another tag that would work. It's a green, I think, so we'll pop that aside. I think I need to grab these a bit closer. Oh, the trouble is I've got bits cut out now, so everything's getting a bit messy. So that's more purpley and blue. And I've got 2 copies of that, one on presentation and one on photocopied paper. So possibly one of those would work. All sorts of little bits and pieces everywhere. It's starting to drive me a little bit nuts. Possibly use one of those. Little ticket or tag or label or whatever one wants to call it. There's a few bits that might work. Oh, that will work. Sorry, I know you can't really see these. I was just working with limited space here. That's more blue. Okay, so I've got a few bits out. Put aside what I'm not using, and then you might be able to actually see what I'm doing. Okay, what I thought was this background piece here. It's a little bit wide for that pocket, but it's a good size. So I'm back to the pockets, filling the pockets again when I haven't decorated the front, but never mind. We'll get there. Doesn't matter what order I do things in, does it? I'll keep telling myself that. Right. Yes, I think that would look, complements the back one very nicely. I'm thinking maybe do I need to go more grey? Let's just stop overthinking it. Gosh, tell me off. Tell me, stop overthinking it. It's a tag. We can always replace it if we're not feeling it. We can always swap it out for something else. It's not the end of the world. We can make it and change our minds. It's allowed. And I'm definitely talking to myself here. And there's a nice little strip there. Can use in like faux washi. Be cool. Right, now I'm just going to trim these with the scissors. Top and bottom. It's a little bit quicker, I think. Okay, check for size. Like a dream, because I trimmed off the sides. Love that. It does need backing. It's fairly light. It is only on photocopy paper. No, that's not going to cut it. No, everything I'm grabbing is too small. Come on, there must be something in here. How about if I do sideways, so vertical tag, sideways writing? That would work, wouldn't it? Or do we want something else? Here we go. Bit of brown paper bag to the rescue. Right, let's use this. Yep, perfect. It's actually packaging paper, it's not a paper bag. Right, this I want to use glue stick right to the edges on. Oops, we got a little gluey scroll. Ugh. See, this is why sometimes I can't be bothered with glue stick, because it does dumb things. But never mind, it'll be fine once it dries. Oops. So we'll have to decorate this as well. Lots of decorating, yay! Fun. Decorating is so much fun. Get that out my way. I'm not sure if there's a right way on this paper or not, on the pattern. I'm trying to decide which way it's supposed to go. I think that way, but I'm not entirely sure. It's very pale anyway, I'm sure it wouldn't matter either way. I don't know if you can even see the pattern on camera. It's very, very subtle. Right, just gonna come on the other side. This will hopefully help it to stop curling so much, at least for a little bit while I'm working on it. So let's ink it. Actually I want to shape it first. I think I do want to do it into a classic tag shape. So just trim the corner off, flip the corner over and line it up on the opposite corner. This will strengthen up a bit once the glue dries. It's still a bit soft at the moment. And then trim off along the edge of that, and you end up with roughly the same angles on the corners. Right, now ink. I was just looking at our youngest cat, Georgie. He's lying on the floor. He's been in the wars. He didn't come home at all on, what day was it, Saturday, last weekend. He came in for dinner and he was very spooky. You know, he'd start at every noise and he wouldn't hang around. And we couldn't get close enough because every time we tried to get close enough, he'd run away. And I think it was Monday or Sunday evening, he finally came in and he was not very happy. Like he wanted cuddles, but then when we picked him up, he'd hiss and yeah, just be very unhappy, and we couldn't check him out to see if there was anything wrong. Well, it turns out we found something wrong as he's recovering. One of his claws, so on his right, is it the inside claw? I think it's the inside claw. His inside claw is pointing out at right angles to where it should be. So instead of being this way, like the rest of the claws, it's sticking out this way. So he's starting to do more things now. He's starting to be more normal, but it's still sticking out sideways. It's clean, it's not infected, it's not bleeding, it has never bled that we've seen. There's no sign of it having bled. But I still feel for the poor wee fella. But happy that he's starting to be more normal, you know, do normal things that we would expect him to do. Could go with, oh, there's this fun sheep. Isn't that fun? I think these are Easter, yeah, an Easter giveaway. So I'm not sure where these ones were Patreon, or I think, yeah, they must be Patreon. So we could go with the rabbit, but I think they're a bit small. Need something bigger. We do, we need something bigger. I might have to go to my Artzology flowers. Oh, that's nice. I like that. We need some book page, don't we? Might use a bit of music as well, maybe. It's got a lovely colour to it. Don't really want person's name in it there though. Doesn't belong to the excerpt. There were two books that it had little excerpts from, and the name at the top was from the one above it, so it doesn't relate to this little bit. quite fragile paper too. It's not actually that old. It's like from 1949 or something. But it's beautiful colour and it's very fragile. Well, fragile compared to, you know, a lot of other older papers that I've got. Yeah, I can't turn it over because I don't want their back. Just don't want it quite so straight on that side. So I'll just take a wee snippet out of it. We could put a strip of music down as well. Maybe underneath. Something like that. And then we could put a label at the top. I think I like that. Right. I had my plastic bag of book pages on my lap and it was slowly slipping down. Right, I'm just going to take a moment to pop these flowers away, or at least to the side, because my desk is just like a dumping ground at the moment and I keep running out of room. Okay, so music first. I think I'm going to give it a little ink. I don't know why, I just feel like it. Because I can, because I wanna. I feel like the camera is very low today. Have I put it down and forgotten to put it back up? Quite possible. Hopefully it's in a good spot for you guys. That you're not feeling like you're all up in my business or too far away. Right, so just going to pop that right down the side there. And I guess I should ink this as well, since we're going for that vibe. It's being probably a little bit too rough on it, but we got away with it. Yeah, I definitely don't want to risk it tearing on this gluey page. So I was looking at the picture on the back of that page, and I had already checked it. I usually flip through the condensed books, the Reader's Digest ones, for pictures I want to keep. But that particular story in the book is all about war, and so all the pictures have guns and you know, unhappy people and stuff like that in it. And so while the colours caught my eye, I was like reminding myself the subject matter's not something I really want to use on anything. So it's like, it's okay, you can glue on it, it's fine. You're not going to keep that one. Right, this has got little cutouts in the middle of it, so I'm going to use the tacky glue to avoid gouging out. See all the little cutouts? All carefully done with my craft knife. I don't want to gouge out my glue stick on all those little pieces, because guaranteed that's what would happen. From experience, I have done it many times. Sometimes I can be a slow learner. And just swirl a bit round for good measure. About there's good. And we need a label. Now, do we want to use one of the, that really needs to go vertical, so perhaps not that one. There were some more bits in this kit. Sorry, I keep reaching where you can't see. I've just got such a small amount of space to work with. They're all vertical. I really need something that's horizontal. thought I had a bit more in these. Some I'd already cut out. Oh gosh, I hope you can't hear all the gurgles my tummy is making. Just as it's just the tea going down. That's my cup of tea. Very noisy. Oh, they're cute. And the birdies. Not for this though, but oh no, I can't. Oh gosh, shush tummy, shush. This one I could cut down, but let's go for something else. Oh, squeaky chair. Got all the fun noises today. Right, so this is my little ephemera folio that I made. There is a video on this. It's made, this is from a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. And then this is an old business card holder that I chopped apart and turned into little pockets for holding my labels. And I love it. It's super cool. And then I've got a Velcro closure to keep it closed. And I've got this wee flap so that, because I store it on the shelf that way up, and the pockets are open at this end. So if anything falls out, they're not going to fall right out. They'll just fall into this little flappy closure bit. Oops, sorry, I do apologize for the noise of the Velcro. So what size? Kind of looking at these ones. Oops, I do need to get my tweezers though, is the only thing, is quite often my little fat arthritic fingers sometimes just end up pushing the labels in further. So tweezers to the rescue. That's quite nice, but I'm just wondering if there's something a bit more colour. Oops. Oh, this one. This one's grey. Yep. I think I might just cut down that black border. It's a little bit heavy. So I'm going to trim that down a little bit. These labels are from Shabby Cottage Studio on Etsy. I'm just going to take off some of that black so it's not quite so intense. I have to remember every one I've mentioned so I can put them in the description box. Yes, that's better. Now, I don't know if the ink's going to show, but I'm going to add some anyway. It's my prerogative. Here we go. Only takes a second or two. Right, and I'm not going to add a topper. I could still punch a hole even with the label, but I wasn't intending on putting a topper in. And I will ink the back off camera because you don't need to see that, I'm sure. Right, I've buried things. So there's our tag for this big pocket, tall pocket. Lovely, that's awesome, I love it. Got scraps crowding me on my desk. Okay, so now we need something for this little pocket. We still haven't finished doing this, but never mind. You know, we'll get there. It's all got to be done, so it doesn't matter. Right, I'm sure I had some bigger tags here somewhere. Or do we want to use a bit of this? Oh, Georgie, I'm sorry, darling. Can you come back later? Georgie wants cuddles now. The one I was telling you about with the saw claw. Poor wee fella. I hate saying no to him. Is you feeling better, baby? I hope so. We are keeping a very close eye on it in case, you know, it shows any sign of infection or anything, because that would be very concerning, and we'd definitely have to take him to the vet. But it's actually very, very clean and no smell or anything associated with it. I don't know whether the claw is ever going to go back to normal or not. Don't know. He still can climb and run around, so, you know, as it's obviously not feeling so sore, he can still do the things that he can normally do. But it may just permanently be stuck out the side. I don't know. I hope not. I hope it goes back to normal. Right, I like that. I think that's quite cool. So we do need to trim it down. Do we want to trim it down, or we make a little fold over? Let's do a little fold over tag. Why not? Rather than trim it off. Just going to fold it straight in half. And I was going to match up the top with the other one, but no, we'll just do it the same way we did the other one. So giving it a little tag shape and a bit of ink. So he's gone to the couch now. He's curled up on the couch. He's very good. He knows when it's appropriate and when it's not. If he's not invited up, then he doesn't come. But he was certainly asking to come up. He comes and sits beside me and looks. Sometimes he'll put a paw on my leg if he's, you know, really, really wanting cuddles. And most times it's fine. Most times he can come up. But if I don't invite him, he just takes himself off and curls up somewhere else. So there we have a little flip top tag. So I'll ink inside. We might want to put something on the front there. We could put one of these little mini tags on the front. Could be cute. Although I do like this. I do. That's too much the same. That would be a bit pointless. We could put this on the back. But no, you could write on the back. So no. We've got a little birdie here. Actually, I'm going to use this, but I'm not going to use it as it is. No, I won't tear because his beak's right to the edge. So I'm going to just do a sort of a curly whirly cut. Like that. I've got dirty fingers from the glue. Something like that, and then maybe put a little bit of book page behind there. Like that. Okay, I'm liking that so far. Oh, I better check the time. I'm having so much fun. It feels like I've been here a while though. It's very easy to just get lost in the fun of crafting, isn't it? Just get lost in your own wee world of decorating, making, having fun, because it is so much fun. Whoops, I left my sponge sitting on the ink pad, so now it's quite dark. Soaked up a lot of ink. Never mind. It's got a little bit more of a grungy look, is all. and maybe a word just to complete that. No, I don't want yellow. Chase the rainbows. That's what we'll use, chase the rainbows. So this is from my Vertical Words Plus kit on Etsy. I definitely need to do more horizontal words. I was wanting vertical words, so I did a whole bunch of vertical words, and now I keep hunting for horizontal. It's always the way, isn't it? So definitely need to do some horizontal. Yeah, that is super cute. Little flip up tag for even more writing space. Hidden little notes, hidden little journaling. Okay, so that, do I want to pop something there? I could pop something there. I could. I'm not sure what. Actually, butterfly, maybe. Well, where are those birds that I had out? Although we've already got a couple of birds here. That little birdie's quite cute. Oh, I just spied something. There's this wee stamp. How about that? It's so much fun having all these little bits and pieces to play with. And so much of it works well together. Do appreciate this, Tanya. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's just put a stamp there, and maybe a word over top of that. I don't know. Would that be overkill? Possibly. Is that the right way up? I can't tell. No, I cannot tell. So obviously it doesn't matter. If I can't tell, then it doesn't matter which way up it goes. You can tell me later, Tanya, whether I put it upside down or the right way up. No, I think just the stamp there's fine. A little postmark might be quite cute, a little stamped postmark. I currently can't find my postmark stamp, so I will come back to that. One day I might come across it. How are we going for time? Oh gosh, we have used all our time. So we didn't quite get it all done. I still need to decorate this up, but that won't take very long. Do I just do it anyway? No, I need thinking time, and it's just going to be too rushed if I go ahead and do it. So there we go. At least we got this side done, which was the main thing, the two pockets that I wanted to use, and we got them filled. So I hope you enjoyed this little project. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.